So I'm Harriet Gavshan. I'm a producer on White Lies.
Nimrod Geva, producer on White Lies.
Amazing. How do you feel today? You know, at
I feel great.
The screening
I
of
feel great.
White Lies, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch it with an audience. You know, you see whether what's landing, whether people are hooked, where the attention, you know, escalates and people are pulled through the story. And even the comic moments just played really well. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was a little anxious, but I think it's fantastic. Because I think it's fantastic. But yeah, of course, you've got to show it to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think people loved it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, and in terms of, you know, with Quizzical Pictures, you guys have a phenomenal. You guys have done phenomenal work. Where would you guys rank White Lies?
We love all our babies.
It's up there.
It's up there.
It's
right?
up there.
It's
Yeah.
one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want us to speak a bit more about the co-production. You know, how important is it? You know, you guys, your collaboration with Fremantle. How did that partnership come about?
Well, we started working with Fremantle on Reka. So they were the partners on Reka. And there was also a British co-producer on Reka, and I suppose she introduced us into that world, and that was very helpful. And then, you know, Reka did extremely well. So they were happy, you know, when we had this property, you know, they wanted it. A lot of people wanted it, actually. There was a bit of a war for it because the scripts were so fantastic and people just knew it was going to be fantastic. So, but we went with Fremantle, and you know, hopefully we'll work with them again. That's it's been a very productive partnership. They've worked hard and, in a way, made it possible for South African content to travel the world. So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nimrod, what positive effects have you seen from this partnership that you guys have with Fremantle, with the co-production?
Well, I think Fremantle is known as kind of one of the biggest independent distributors in the world. They've just done something, you know, Poor Things, which you might have seen. They've done incredible work, so it's a real honor to be part of that family. And they have kind of elevated the prestige of South African drama, I think, in a way that another distributor may not have. To see that Fremantle stamp of approval and confidence in our work has really raised our profile as a South African industry. And I think we do struggle a bit coming from South Africa to convince people that we can do great work and to be given the opportunity and the chance. And I think having that confidence from someone like that has helped us all kind of open doors. And I've had it said to me from other distributors and other producers that the success of Reka selling around the world in over 170 territories, they other people are now interested in South African content, and we're seeing more and more great stuff coming out of the country.
Yeah, and now moving on more into, you know, into White Lies. Cape Town as a location. How did that come about? Can you talk to me about the process about, you know?
So for me, this show started in my mind, driving over Rhodes Drive in the late afternoon with the sunlight coming through the pine trees, the golden dust floating in the air, and there was something utterly beautiful and totally sinister about that. And that combination of beauty and fear, in a sense, was very compelling, and I wanted to set something there. And so that's kind of why Cape Town, from a kind of creative instinct point of view. But of course, commercially, it's a beautiful place. People know it. It's world famous, so we knew that if we set it in Cape Town, people would be intrigued. People have been here from other places. People dream of visiting. So it's a sexy character to have in the show that draws people. But we weren't based here. There was no other particular reason, except that I do live here now, and I wonder if I was preparing the ground for that somehow subconsciously.
Yeah, and with White Lies, is it a licensed production in terms of with Mnet? So I just want to get a bit of an understanding of what the deal is that Quizzical and Fremantle have with Mnet or multi-choice. Yeah.
It's a co-production.
Yeah.
Which means there are three parties.
Yes.
Mnet, Fremantle, and ourselves, and
Yes.
we have equal ownership of it. So it's not a license.
Okay.
It's a co-production. We all producers on it. We all participated in some way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just needed that clarification.
Sure.
Just to have an understanding of because sometimes there can be a bit of a confusion. Especially like I know with the other streamer.
Yeah.
They own their content. You
Yeah.
know? So that's why I just wanted some clarification on that.
So just to be very clear, Mnet controls African territories, and Fremantle distributes it globally to other. And we've already had some very exciting news around some of those sales, which I can't share yet, but there's watch the space.
Yeah, and how does a production of this magnitude, tie in terms of Quizzical Pictures, the vision that you guys have as a production company? How important is a production like White Lies in terms of elevating you guys into being the next level and into being one of the world's best production companies or Africa's best production companies?
Well, I think it does. I mean, we've been wanting to work internationally for a long time, and we've been trying for a long time, and it now seems like the world is ready for us. We know that we can produce world-class work. We know that, and we've known that for a long time. But now we are having the opportunity to do that, and that's so exciting because we've been at it for a long time. We've practiced and practiced and practiced. And it's also very nice to work locally and globally simultaneously, so that we're making stories which can resonate locally, but it can also talk to people internationally.
Yeah.
And that's very important for us as a company.
Yeah.
So we've worked hard for it over many, many years, and it's finally seems to be happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to add on to that, Nimrod?
No, I think that was
This is perfect.
good summary.
Okay, amazing. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
making time.
Sure.
And I'm wishing you guys all the best going forward.
Thank you.
I look forward to, I'm a guys biggest supporter.
Thank you. That's so nice.
So, whatever you guys put out there, I'll always be there to support. I've got lots of friends at Quizzical as well. So,
who are your friends?
Yeah, Level's like a top friend of mine. And then continues to work for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, those are my people.
Small
Oh,
world.
really? Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, thank you so much.